Welcome back to Movie Mojo. Today we are going to review the horror war film, Ghosts of War. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We upload multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. 5 soldiers from the 82nd Airborne Division are tasked with guarding a chateau during the 1944 Allied campaign across France. They ambush a German captured jeep en route, killing any survivors of the initial attack, and then come across some Jewish refugees. When they arrive, the troops they are replacing have already hastily left. Chris, the group's leader, reads a steady hammering noise coming from the fireplace as Morse code, which Eugene translates as "I have no legs," according to Chris. The fate of the prior owners, the Helvigs, is described in a notebook written by a German soldier that Eugene subsequently discovers. When the Germans learned that the Helvigs were hiding Jews, they mercilessly executed them by hanging the daughter, burning the father alive, and drowning the boy in a bathtub. Eugene's hand twitches involuntarily to form the phrase "if you leave, you die" as he transcribes another Morse code message. A German patrol launches an assault that night. The most of them are killed by the Americans, but Butchie is fatally injured while diving on a grenade. The men observe more Germans being slain by invisible forces in a similar way to how the Hellwig family was. Butchie yells that what the men are going through isn't genuine and tells Chris to remember before he passes away. The survivors leave the chateau believing it to be haunted, only to find that the events that brought them there, the ambush of the jeep and the encounter with the refugees, have repeated themselves. They go back to the chateau because they think they are cursed and that the only way to save themselves is to bury the Hellwig family members' remains properly. Chris is seized by an ethereal force and dragged in the direction of an outhouse, where they discover the Helvigs' bones. Eugene consults the diary after burying the dead and discovers that the Helvigs were Afghans and that the content is now Arabic rather than German. After that, ghosts assault the men, with one of them attempting to drown Chris. Hallucinations are caused by the trauma of the incident before he finally wakes up and finds himself receiving medical care in a futuristic hospital while being surrounded by the dismembered and unconscious remains of his companions. Chris is informed by Dr. Engel and his crew that what he and his companions have been going through is a simulation of World War II designed to aid troops with post-traumatic stress disorder. Chris recollects his past. He and his men are members of the American military of the present, not veterans of World War II. Their last task in Afghanistan was to evacuate a family known as the Helvigs who had been working with the Americans before they were assaulted by an Islamic State patrol. The men were told to remain hidden by their CIA handler as they observed the simulation's depicted method of killing the Helvigs. The family's distraught mother set up a suicide bomb as the guys left, saying the word Vitrolek, which turned out to be an ancient curse that makes the victims repeatedly experience their agony. The electricity varies at the hospital again, perplexing the medical team. Chris comes to the realization that the curse is genuine and that the Hellwig family's ghosts are now present in the men's simulation. Chris explains this to the medical personnel and insists on returning to the simulation because he is convinced that the only way to break the curse is to confront the family, apologize, and atone for their sins. The mainframe computer starting to delete the patient memories confuses the medical personnel as they are getting Chris ready to rejoin the simulation. Just as the countdown for sending Chris back begins to announce 5 seconds to resume link to the construct, they shout the information to Chris. When the timer reaches 0, the procedure starts. He reawakens where his adventures started, with his friends beside a campfire at night, as a presence lurks in the shadows. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.